I knew something was wrong the moment the assistant avoided my eyes. She had always been chirpy, eager to please. But this morning she handed me the coffee without a word, fingers trembling slightly, as if she was handing me a live wire instead of espresso. I watched her retreat down the hall, too fast, shoulders tight. I sipped. Bitter. No sugar. The elevator ride to the boardroom felt longer than usual. The silence wasn't peaceful, it pulsed. I stepped in. 12 men and women, all wearing the same expression, polite contempt barely veiled behind suits and generational wealth. My father didn't stand. He didn't need to. "We're kicking you out of the family business," he said, looking through me. A few gasps, mostly silence. Then came the second blade. Disappointment like you shouldn't be born. My wife stood before I could process it. "Our marriage is over. I'm taking the children." No eye contact, no hesitation, just perfect posture and rehearsed coldness. They gave me 1 hour to clear my desk. As the elevator doors closed behind me, their phones lit up at once. I didn't look back, but I heard someone gasp. And I imagined my father's face, color draining, pupils shrinking. It had begun. The affair wasn't the first betrayal, just the cleanest. The rest were slower, chipped edges, not full breaks. Board meetings I wasn't invited to. Slipped conversations that ended when I walked in. Her sudden distance, rationalized with exhaustion and the kids. My father's sharp looks, sharper silences. But it wasn't until 2 months ago that the smell of cologne on her blouse didn't match mine. The faint trace of Versace, too bold for our circles. I didn't speak. I just listened longer. She stopped touching me, said she was tired, said she was not feeling like herself. And when she laughed, really laughed, it wasn't at anything I said. I asked her once, gently, who made her smile like that. She said, "Don't be paranoid." That word lingered, like a bruise that wouldn't fade. Then I saw it, at the firm's anniversary gala, a glance between her and my father. Not sexual, but intimate, familiar, unafraid. My father toasted me that night, called me his greatest mistake under his breath. I smiled, quiet, dead-eyed. I didn't argue. I just excused myself to the restroom. I had work to do. I started small, old phones, deleted messages, backed up iClouds she forgot were synced, emails in strange folders, receipts for hotel rooms that didn't fit her calendar, transfers from one of my father's offshore accounts to a name I didn't recognize, but hers did, repeatedly. I visited the hotel once. Front desk clerk didn't ask questions. He saw the resemblance, probably. "Room 812, Mr. Chancellor," he said, smiling faintly. My father's name. My name. I didn't go up. I just noted the dates, aligned them with board meetings. She wasn't just cheating. She was helping him, feeding him information, undermining me, grooming me. For a fall. The final piece came in the form of DNA. Our son had a rare marker I knew didn't come from me. My father, though, he shared the trait. Recessive. Inherited. I asked a specialist in another city. Quiet. Paid in cash. The results came back sealed. I opened them alone, in the dark. The sound of the children playing upstairs muffled through the walls. My hands were steady. I had already stopped shaking weeks ago. I didn't shout, didn't cry, didn't accuse. I waited until Sunday. Breakfast. The children were with her parents. She liked Sunday's quiet, called it her reset day. I laid the file beside her plate. She blinked at it, didn't touch it. I said nothing. She opened it after 4 bites of toast. Page 1, transaction records. Page 2, hotel receipts. Page 3, paternity test. She didn't speak, didn't cry, just exhaled. A slow, quiet collapse of a lie that had been standing too long. She looked up at me finally. eyes searching for a human reaction. What are you going to do? I stood. I already did it. She didn't know what that meant then, but she would. The texts I queued were precise, scheduled, calculated. To every board member, a Dropbox folder. Inside, 12 years of financial discrepancies, falsified documents, courtesy of my father and verified by her. To her siblings, the DNA report. To the media, an anonymous tip, with attachments. To my lawyer, a full confession of their betrayal, with leverage. When the elevator closed behind me, their phones all pinged at once. A symphony of exposure. My father's face, the ghost white one I imagined, was real. I saw it in the mirror of the lobby's brass doors as I walked out. The firm would crumble. She would be investigated. Neither would touch my children again. They begged me, calls, texts, voicemails, each one more desperate than the last. Please, this doesn't need to go public. We can fix this. You're overreacting. No. I was calculating. I sit now in a different city, different name. The children are safe. Mine or not, they were innocent. I watch the headlines from afar. Chancellor legacy implodes amid fraud allegations. Wife of heir caught in scandal, disappears from public eye. Good. Let silence eat them alive. They taught me disappointment. I returned the lesson. Finality doesn't always come with a bang. Sometimes it walks out the door, calm, quiet, and never comes back.